There was a time when tuning your car meant more than slapping on fake vents and an Instagram build decal. It meant busted knuckles, borrowing tools from your neighbor, and praying your eBay turbo wouldn't explode before your next paycheck. Welcome to Pro Street TV, where we explore the evolution of the tuner scene. From the glory days of greasy garages and geo-trackers with fart cans, to today's TikTok builds that have more hashtags than horsepower. This is the story of how the tuner scene rose, fell, and somehow got sponsored by Monster Energy along the way. 1. The origin. Japan lights the match. Before America was swapping K20s into everything that moved, Japan was quietly creating a culture. It started with the Basozoku, motorcycle gangs who thought subtlety was a disease, and Hashiriya street racers running mountain passes known as Touge. By the 1980s, cars like the Toyota AE86, Mazda RX-7, and Nissan Skyline became the canvas for Japan's youth rebellion. These weren't rich kids. These were garage-built monsters using wrenches, welders, and wishful thinking. It's amazing what happens when you mix ingenuity, caffeine, and absolutely zero adult supervision. Then came the aftermarket revolution. Companies like HKS, Greddy, and Apex started popping up, and suddenly every corner of Japan had a tuner shop. The government tried to stop it. Japan said, bet. Thus, the tuner scene was born. 2. The 90s. Import invasion. When these Japanese machines hit American shores, they hit hard. The Civic, Integra, 300ZX, Supra, Eclipse, and 240SX became the blank canvases of a generation. Why? Because they were cheap, lightweight, and, most importantly, faster than the V8 guys wanted to admit. While Camaro owners were bragging about cubic inches, Honda guys were bragging about cubic. RPM forums like Honda Tech, Club DSM, and Nico Club were the pre-social media battlegrounds of tuner pride. Every night, garages across the country lit up with the sound of impact guns and, bro, this'll totally work engineering. This was the golden age, when you could swap an H22 into a Civic, add nitrous, and feel like you just invented flight. 3. The Fast and the Furious era, then 2001 hit. A movie came out that changed everything. The Fast and the Furious made tuning mainstream overnight. Suddenly everyone wanted neon lights, NOS stickers, and a family that lived its life a quarter mile at a time. The tuner scene exploded. Every Pep Boys turned into a tuner paradise. Wings, intakes, and questionable taste everywhere. You weren't cool unless your Civic had at least 4 different colors of primer. It was a time of optimism, a time of unity, a time when graphics were considered horsepower. But here's the thing, beneath all the neon and chaos, there was real passion. It brought together a generation of broke kids who built cars from nothing. They learned mechanics, tuning, and community, one street race at a time. 4. Peak tuner era, the mid-2000s. By the mid-2000s, the tuner scene matured, sort of. The hype was still alive, but now we had dyno graphs, standalone ECUs, and eBay turbo kits that actually sometimes worked. This was when tuners became engineers. People were building 400 horsepower Civics, 600 horsepower Supras, and 700 horsepower Evos in their garages. And somehow no one had health insurance. Magazines like Super Street, Import Tuner, and Sport Compact Car became our internet before the internet. Every issue was a manual on how to blow your paycheck in the best way possible. The mid-2000s gave us icons: the K-Series Honda engine, the VTEC Godsend, the Ford G63 and EVOS, turbo power with reliability of a hand grenade, the 2JZ, the legend that made Toyota immortal, and the SR20DET, the engine that convinced thousands they could drift and most couldn't. This was the peak. Passion, affordability, and ingenuity collided, and the tuner scene was unstoppable. 5. The fall. The 2010s, reality check, then it all changed. The 2010s hit like a rod through a block. The cars got more expensive, the emissions got stricter, and the cops got faster. Social media started replacing parking lots, and just like that, the community that was built on friendship and fuel injectors became hashtags and link in bio. Tuning went from build threads to brand deals, from garage builds to garage content. The cars, they got smarter and way harder to modify. ECUs were encrypted, parts got expensive, and the words check engine light became a lifestyle. The death of the tuner era wasn't sudden, it was slow, like watching your favorite band go corporate. 6. The rebirth. Modern enthusiasm, but don't count us out yet. Today, there's a new tuner generation rising. They're swapping K24s into everything from Miatas to MR2s. They're reviving old chassis, restoring 90s icons, and blending nostalgia with tech. The tuner scene didn't die, it just evolved into Wi-Fi form. Modern enthusiasts have access to tools we couldn't dream of. ECU tuning from your laptop, affordable wideband kits, YouTube tutorials that actually work sometimes. The same passion is alive, just more digital, and as long as there's a rev limiter, someone's gonna bounce off it for TikTok fame. 7. Full circle. Why it still matters. The tuner scene isn't just about horsepower, it's about connection, creativity. It's about the people who learned life lessons through broken bolts and late night garage sessions. Sure, the culture's changed, but the heart's the same. Whether you're tuning a carburetor or coding an ECU, it's still about pushing limits and having fun. So yeah, maybe the glory days are gone, but if you've ever hit VTEC at 8,000 RPM, you know the tuner scene will never die. This is prostreettv. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy long-form JDM videos like this, consider subscribing today. Until next time, this is prostreettv signing off.